Graduate from Macquarie University, you become part of our alumni community. A vast connected network that spans the globe, with thought leadership and networking events locally and around the world, where you can connect with other alumni, find a future employer or employee. Also, as part of the alumni community, you have access to a wide range of benefits, including special discounts, free access to the library for life, an alumni e-magazine, special events, networks, and career and professional development opportunities. We celebrate and champion our graduate stories and achievements, so stay connected and stay informed. That's you to the power of us. Stay connected by letting us know where your journey takes you. Simply update your details at mq.edu.au/alumni.
Good morning, everybody. We're just going to be starting the ceremony in a few moments, but before we do, I just wanted to say to our guests of graduates today, welcome. Welcome to Macquarie University. For some of you, maybe the first time visiting, I hope you've enjoyed the campus so far. Before we get started, I just had a couple of housekeeping things that I wanted to share. Firstly, I hope you enjoyed the ceremony, and I know you will probably be compelled to take lots of pictures of your graduate feeling very proud. We do ask that if you want to do that, to please not leave your seat, please stay in your seat. You can stand to get a better view, but please be mindful that we're all tightly squeezed into a relatively small space in the scheme of things. So please be mindful of the other patrons as well and their enjoyment that you might be impeding by standing for too long. I just wanted to point out as well the number of the emergency exits, and I know that you might be compelled to stand out of your seat. Again, please don't do that, and much less please avoid standing in those emergency exits where possible. So yeah, I just wanted to reiterate again, welcome, I hope you enjoy the ceremony. Graduates, again, congratulations. We'll be starting the ceremony in just a moment. So please, just a small bit of patience while we wait. Thank you. Okay. The ceremony will commence in just a moment. When the ceremony commences, the academic procession will enter the hall and take their place on the stage. Once they've taken their place, Advance Australia Fair will play, and we invite you to sing along the national anthem. Now, if you're able to, I'll ask everyone to please stand for the entry of the academic procession.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, our beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. My name's Sam Ricketts. I'm the very proud Pro-Vice Chancellor Indigenous here at Macquarie University. Distinguished guests and graduates, I'd like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional acknowledgement of country. Uncle Chris.
Thank you. Budji Mullinawul, everyone. Good morning. Nalawa, welcome. We begin today by acknowledging that we gather here together on the country of the Wallametta, or the Wallametigal people. It's the traditional country of the Darug people and the ancestral clan country of the Snapperfish people. I wish to pay my respects to those that went before us, our elders and our ancestors, and to thank the university for the invitation to come and join you for this acknowledgement of country. The acknowledgement of country is, in my opinion, one of the sweet and encouraging features of contemporary Australia. It's where we have the opportunity to pay our respects to Aboriginal Australia while affirming ourselves as a people who care about what is right and who work together for the common purpose, which is the social and environmental healing of our country. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman from the neighbouring Burrabarongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter, Bullangai, or Maria as she is known, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, seeking refuge there during the brutal displacement of Aboriginal people throughout the 1800s. And the place became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now, that was probably better understood in more traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 250 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he had ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were mostly naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands are maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they've done here in Wallamata for the past 20 to 30,000 years. So please consider, this is not an ideal or a dream yet to be realised. This is normal life for us and for the longest time, and not that long ago either. So there is no good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us, but we're a clever people, and I believe that's the way to go, to share. Anyway, graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good. We are naturally happy and normally very good at looking after each other and the earth. I would just ask that you share your skills with the rest of us where you can and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. So I want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Thank you, Uncle Chris. I am pleased to introduce Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic of Macquarie University, Professor Rawdon Wilkinson.
Thank you, Chris. You know I always find it very humbling that you acknowledge country here. Very grateful for Uncle Chris reminding us of the connection that we have at this university and just how important it is for us. You are on Wallamatigal land. We are the Wallamatigal campus of Macquarie University. We're the first university in Australia to have named our campus after the traditional custodians of these lands. Every morning when I walk onto this campus, I am reminded of the huge weight of responsibility of being an educator on these lands, following a tradition of many millennia. But I very infrequently say why that matters so much to me. Half a century ago, which sounds like quite a long time, half a century ago, I was educated on lands in northwest Queensland and had the experience of being introduced to the dream time by local Kalkadoon elders. The connection with land there really meant a huge amount to me, and it made me understand from a very early age the connection between education and land and its importance in this country. So when Uncle Chris acknowledges the Darug people and the Wallamatigal clan and the connection between the Wallamatigal and our university, we take that as an extraordinarily important feature of our university. So I just would like to share that. Thank you again, Uncle Chris, for being an intrinsic part of our celebrations. So welcome. We're here to celebrate these gloriously dressed people, their magnificent achievements. What a wonderful day it's going to be. I have a few words to say to you, and then you will come up here and graduate, and we will celebrate in the great achievements that you have all accomplished. Distinguished guests, graduates, colleagues, it's my great pleasure to welcome you here today for this graduation ceremony. I bring with me a special note of congratulations and greetings from our Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, and members of the University Council, the university's governing body. I would like to extend a special welcome to families, friends, loved ones who join us here to celebrate this extraordinary day. If you listen very carefully, you'll hear some young voices in our audience. They are as welcome as everybody here today. We are a family university, so please, parents, guardians, do not feel the pressure to keep your children quiet. Please do pick up an application form as you leave. You are future Macquarie University students, but please let them run around. That's fine with me. Graduates, you worked incredibly hard to get to this point, and you should feel proud of what you've accomplished. Completing a degree is never easy. It requires a desire to realise your dreams, a passion for inquiry, and a determination to succeed. Well done. I'm so pleased to be able to congratulate each and every one of you. In many ways, today marks the end of one journey and the beginning of the next. This room is symbolic of that transition. You entered as graduates, eligible to have your respective degrees conferred on you. You will leave as graduates, looking forward to futures of extraordinary possibility. It's worth dwelling on the journey you have taken so far, what this room means and what lies ahead. Each of you came to Macquarie with a unique set of hopes and dreams. only you will know what those aspirations were. And while those sat around you will have been animated by their own thoughts about the future, you all chose to come to Macquarie to help you guide you on your way. Take a moment to look around at your peers. Think about the hopes and dreams that brought you here, and imagine what they brought with them. It is in this room that your individual aspirations come together to create an extraordinary force that will shape the future. And it is here that we wish you well for what lies ahead. A little later, you'll come up on the stage and receive your degree. You'll come in from my left, we'll stop and have a photograph in the middle, and you'll leave from the stage on my right. I'd like you to remember that the steps you take as you walk across this stage represent the transition in phases of your life. Please savor them. Don't be anxious. Everyone who comes across that stage is anxious, I promise you, but don't be. Enjoy those steps that you take. They are as simple as crossing a platform from one train to the next. In this case, one that will soon depart on the next phase of your life. It is our hope that today you will take home memories that you'll treasure for the rest of your lives. At its very best, a university education takes students on a mind-expanding journey, during which time the horizons of life possibility are broadened to an extent that had not previously been imagined. This is what we provide at Macquarie University, along with the fly that's settling on me. We offer an encounter with knowledge and its application that sets you up to succeed in life. The provision of such a transformational experience requires that we have first-rate educators, passionate for and committed to the craft of education and the pursuit of understanding. But good teaching requires more than just good pedagogy. It also requires imagination. Without imagination and an appreciation of as yet unthought possibility, you would not be able to use what you have learnt and to translate it into positive change for yourselves and for society. As the late science fiction writer Ursula Le Guin put it, imagination is the single most useful tool humanity possesses. All of us have to learn how to invent our lives, make them up, imagine them. We need to be taught these skills. We need guides to show us how. Without them, our lives get made up for us by other people. George Orwell put it more starkly when he said, "The imagination, like certain wild animals, will not breed in captivity." It is this capacity to teach wisdom through the encouragement of imagination that is a hallmark of educational excellence and is a Macquarie advantage. It is our way of multiplying your potential, and it goes without saying that we pride ourselves on the quality of the education you receive, the support and the facilities we provide, and the community we have all built. The transformative effect that a Macquarie education will have on your lives is matched by the transformation of our own institution in the 60 years since we were established, and in the transformative effects that we as a community have had and will have on the world in which we live. We are a thoroughly modern, forward-thinking university. Our ambition to do good in the world knows no bounds. We are all agents in that endeavour. It's an exciting time for Macquarie University. As I'm sure you will have noticed as you've wandered around our beautiful campus, we are nearing the completion of the development of our physical surrounds. What a beautiful campus it is. I would say probably the most beautiful in Australia and one of the most beautiful in the world. I hope that you all take time before you leave to immerse yourself in these glorious surrounds, as well as to take advantage of our wonderful facilities. And given the graduation we're having today, I hope you admire our new Science and Engineering building. What a wonderful place that is. While we are always looking to transform understandings about the world and the way we convey that knowledge, the things we all value about Macquarie will never change. The warmth, friendliness, inclusivity and compassion that are hallmarks of our university will endure. This is who we are, and it will continue to be so. Remember, you will always be welcome here and forever part of our community. Astonishing as it seems, more than 243,000 people have graduated from Macquarie University since we were established. And 26,000 of those have graduated in this hall since it was completed in 2020, which is quite something given that we had the interruption of the pandemic. As our Vice-Chancellor puts it, we are a distinctly Australian university, but one that is thoroughly global. We count among our alumni graduates from more than 150 countries. We will always be a leader in education and in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. However, our collective journey is about building community, where we have shared... That was the fly returning. We will always be a leader in education and the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. However, our collective journey is about building community, where we have shared values, things in common, and care about each other, even when our points of view diverge. I think that's so important in today's environment. In just a few moments, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you here as lifelong members of that community we proudly call Macquarie University. But before I do that, I'd like to introduce our occasional speaker for today, John Prince. John Prince is the founder and director of Rooftop Bees, Australia's leading urban beekeeping enterprise, and the founder of Yuzu Honey Australia, which is my daughter's favourite honey, and an award-winning premium honey brand. With a corporate career spanning senior roles in marketing, partnerships and operations, John's professional journey took a purposeful turn in 2019 when he transformed a personal passion for beekeeping into a sustainability-focused business. Rooftop Bees now partners with major organisations to install and maintain beehives, deliver educational workshops, and support environmental and community engagement outcomes. John and his team manage hives in locations ranging from commercial rooftops to high-security sites, such as the Reserve Bank of Australia. A qualified beekeeper with further studies in sustainability and environmental practice, John is passionate about the role bees play in shaping resilient cities and inspiring people to reconnect with nature. Most importantly, he's a proud graduate of Macquarie University. John, please come give the occasional address.
Thank you. I'd firstly like to acknowledge the presiding officer, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, graduates, and your families and friends who will be so proud of you today. And I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that we gather on today, the Wallamadigal people of the Darug Nation. Congratulations on your magnificent achievement. My name is John Prince, and I am the founder of Rooftop Bees, and I'm also a Macquarie graduate, completing a Bachelor of Business Administration in 2005, yes, that's a whole 20 years ago, as well as a postgraduate certificate in Japanese corporate training in 2008. Walking through the campus today, the campus that I walked through 20 years ago looked very different. So you guys are so lucky and blessed to have such a wonderful world-class facility here. Rooftop Bees is Australia's largest urban beekeeping business, and we manage beehives for some of the country's biggest organisations. And we also manage the beehives here at Macquarie University on behalf of the School of Natural Sciences to assist them with their research in honeybees, specifically around probiotics and Varroa, which many of you would have heard about in the news more recently, and the devastating impact that it's been having on honeybees, the honey industry, beekeepers, and agriculture more broadly. Now, if you've ever met a beekeeper before, you'll know that asking a beekeeper to speak for just 8 minutes is virtually impossible. But when Dr. Fleur Ponton, the head of the School of Natural Sciences, invited me to come and be the occasional speaker at today's ceremony, I thought to myself, what could I possibly say that would be so inspiring and interesting for these graduates? Well, I'm not from a multi-generational beekeeping family. In fact, I've only been beekeeping for 6 years. So I thought I would share with you my rather unconventional story of how I became a beekeeper and founded an urban beekeeping business. After almost 15 years in various corporate roles in sales, marketing, and operations, 2 life-changing events back in 2019 shifted my course forever. My Japanese mother, Akiko, lost her battle to cancer at the young age of 62. And a few months later, my wife and I gave birth to our second daughter, Mia. I saw the bookends of life in a really short space of time. And in the days following my mum's passing, my 2 other siblings and I had learnt that my mum and dad had secretly hatched a plan to downsize and relocate to the Southern Highlands, 90 minutes south of Sydney. They'd bought a property, a 4,000 square metre property in Burradoo with a modest brick home, all without telling the children. My mum and dad had even drawn up plans for a Japanese-style home with a central garden, glass corridors, and glimpses into each corner of the property. And out the back were going to be vegetable gardens, chickens, and bees. That property was like a scene from a fairy tale. A long semicircle driveway, a giant redwood tree that towered over the property, and mature Japanese maple trees that burned bright with red and orange leaves. But out the front of that property was a giant for sale sign. Dad was selling the property. But after some gentle persuasion, we managed to convince him to hold on to that property. And in a moment of excitement, I blurted out that I would learn to keep bees so that I could bring some beehives to the property in memory of my mum. So I came back to Sydney and I joined the local beekeeping club and I went to one of their open days. That was the first time I got a glimpse inside the magical world of bees. The days that followed that experience, my mind was buzzing, but 2 major things stood out for me. The first was that every single person at that beekeeping club was old. They were most likely retired or semi-retired, with white hair and lots of time on their hands. And the second thing was that how come more people didn't know about the importance of bees and how fascinating bees are? So my commercial brain kicked in and I started doing some research around beekeeping businesses. And having spent 15 years in the corporate world, I knew that this was gold dust and would be something that the corporate world would love. And sure enough, in North America, all across Europe, businesses were already partnering with bees to drive sustainability and staff engagement outcomes for over a decade. Google, Microsoft, Apple, the list went on. They all had bees on their corporate headquarters and campuses. I decided that day I would be the first business in Australia to specialise in corporate beekeeping, and that's how Rooftop Bees was born. Mother Nature is one of the world's best and oldest storytellers. She cannot be rushed, and she paints a picture with her whole heart and pays attention to every detail. But the secret to Mother Nature's story is to sit and listen to all that she's whispering around us. And Mother Nature's most precious storyteller is the honeybee. Because honeybees are what are called indicator species, which means you can look at the health of honeybees in a particular area and understand the health of that environment at a faster rate. However, honeybees around the world are dying at an alarming rate due to urban development, pesticides, climate change, and the rise of monoculture farming, which leads to poor nutrition and disease. And now in Australia, bees are fighting the biggest and most threatening battle against the varroa mite. Deadly viruses are transmitted by the mite the size of a sesame seed, and the mite incubates and feeds on developing bee larvae, infecting the unborn babies with viruses that can lead to deformity and overall poor health, causing the colony to collapse. Varroa presents a significant risk to not only the beekeeping industry, but agricultural pollination services across the country. And that's because honeybees are regarded as the world's most important insect. Bees pollinate 71 of the top 100 food crops that feed 90% of the world. They are so critical to our food security that the United Nations has declared that 1 in every 3 mouthfuls we eat can be directly attributed to bee pollination. Australia was until recently the last remaining honey-producing country in the world free of varroa. We are blessed with pristine environmental conditions so that we can proudly boast the cleanest and greenest honey in the world. However, as we enter this new world of beekeeping with varroa, the bees are trying to tell us a story, and it's time that we sit and listen to the bees. The honeybee has been around for over 120 million years. The symbiotic relationship between humans and honeybees extends back thousands of years. Ancient civilizations, cultures, and religions have all revered the honeybee. Deep in the mountains in Georgia, a burial site was discovered by archaeologists dating back 5,500 years, and it's believed it belonged to a female beekeeper who was buried with ceramic pots of her honey as a ritual for safe travel and prosperity into the afterlife. Fast forward 2,000 years to ancient Egypt, and honey was famously discovered in Tutankhamun's tomb. In both those cases, while the honey had crystallized, it was perfectly stable and edible. In fact, crystallization is Mother Nature's way of telling you that honey is real. And more recently, in 1804, Emperor Napoleon chose the honeybee as his royal symbol. And during his coronation, he and Empress Josephine wore red velvet robes embroidered with golden honeybees. And to this day, leading French maisons like Gucci, Christian Dior, Guerlain, Chaumet have all symbolized the honeybee as nobility in Europe. There's so much we can learn from the honeybee, and there's so much we can learn from Mother Nature. A single bee can have over 1,200 pollination events every single day. It takes over 1 million flowers to produce a jar of honey. It truly is a gift from nature. It's quite amazing to think that such a small insect can have so many carefully crafted and thoughtfully executed positive micro-impacts every single day. It's easy to overlook these small impacts, but it's impossible to not step back and be in awe of their whole collective impact that they create. If we think about these small micro-impacts in our own lives, we only have a fraction of them compared to the honeybee. And as leaders in our businesses and in our own personal lives, it should be our goal and our mission to be more like the honeybee. Because each and every one of these small micro-impacts, they multiply, and they end up having a ripple effect where the impact is far greater than we could ever have imagined. So I want to leave you with a moment that the honeybees have gifted me. It's one of my favourite moments that I often think back to often. By herself, one female worker bee makes just 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey in her whole life, which is only 42 days long. But together, a hive can make over 100 kilograms of honey in a matter of months. So if we can be more like honeybees, and as a community work together more like a beehive, we can collectively create lasting change in the world that we are all proud to be a part of. Congratulations again, and thank you.
Thank you, John, for those fine words, particularly for that call to collective action, but also, I think, for showing you how John was able to imagine his life and bring together that moment in time that produced an opportunity for him then to thrive and move on. Thank you. Graduation is such an important part of the university calendar, and my colleagues and I always look forward to these ceremonies and to conferring degrees on those who have met the requirements for such awards. I now call on our registrar for today, Sam Ricketts, to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met the requirements for these degrees.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, I certify that all the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority delegated from that council, I admit each of you present here today and also those who are unable to join us to the degrees for which you have qualified. My heartiest congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. I now call on Professor Nathan Hart, Deputy Dean Research and Innovation at the Faculty of Science and Engineering, to present to the graduates. Professor Hart.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. We are a dynamic faculty driven by the spirit of discovery, striving to nurture the next generation of science and technology innovators. We endeavour to be the best for the world. We deliver world-class education to enable our students to reach their full potential and work with our communities to discover and innovate with sustainability at our core. We have a wonderful mix of science and engineering together in a single faculty, which means we can conduct research from fundamental science through to developing new technologies for the 21st century. I'll give you just a few examples of the exciting work underway in the faculty. In our School of Natural Sciences, our researchers have developed a science-based system for managing rivers, which is now used all around the world. And researchers in our Centre of Excellence in Synthetic Biology are engineering microbes to turn agricultural waste into sustainable products, building a new bio-based economy. Astronomers in our School of Mathematical and Physical Sciences are answering big questions such as how the atoms that make us all up were forged in the explosions of ancient stars. They do this using instruments built here with AAO Macquarie. The AAO is a dedicated team of scientists and engineers who make specialist equipment to work with the world's largest telescopes and enable astronomers to explore the cosmos. In our School of Computing, our researchers make fundamental advances in security and cryptography so that we can trust the information technologies that our lives now depend upon. In our School of Engineering, we are helping to build the next generation of communication technologies, such as 5G and 6G mobile networks. And in our Department of Applied Biosciences, we work closely with our industry and government partners to develop solutions to solve challenging problems, such as how to prevent the Queensland fruit fly from devastating our fruit crops. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering, whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Diploma of Game Design and Development, Temideo Igwenyu. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Jacob Shaheen. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Muzmal Ahmad. Samuel Ayub. Francis Chow. Nimi Chor. Parus Raj Dongol. Kivul Gandhi. Syed Munib Ahmed Hashmi. Matthew Kavanagh. Frank Rendina. Connor Rickson. Ashish Kumar Soti. Utsav Thapa Magar. Tiana Yunan. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Class 1 in Electrical Engineering, Udit Talpade. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Mechanical Engineering, Mahir Alam. Zahin Khan Lodi. Najum Nazir. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Mechatronic Engineering, Jayubo Jayoti Barua. Ayman Sheikh. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Software Engineering. Tushar Sahar Bishal. Nicholas Drummond. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce and Bachelor of Medical Sciences. Yasin Ahmed. Pei Lam Luk. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Biodiversity and Conservation. Madison Dermody Rekbar. Lachlan Elks. Nicole Perrick. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Environment. Thomas Pan. Simran Sambi. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Medical Sciences. Tana Collins. April Fiamingo. Zahan Kotwal. Jeriel Lateo. Daniel Sestanovic. Amanath Sharif. Lambros Sambas. Alexander Vivas. Albert Youssef. Shayna Erica Faye Olano Yu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science. David Bernstein. Penelope Hamilton. Selena Kadka. Samuel Rubino. Harrison Toth. Oliver Will. Rumti Yako. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Graduate Diploma of Environment. Rita Riccio. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Statistics. Kim Cheeseman. Edwin Hung. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Biotechnology. Anjali. Hansia Krasta. Rudrani Gurung. Sumi Gurung. Farizna Karki. Nitu. Parisa Partovi. Narankalam Parevdavag. Jainam Shah. Sahana Shivaram Bharadwaj. Sherin Susan Thomas. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Rosanna Sutrisno. Anjana Tiwari. Unibold Tsog Erdine. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Conservation Biology. Susmita Lama. Nishant Modak. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Engineering in Electronics Engineering. Somtuchiku Chinedu Ize. Tofik Mahmoud Riddle. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Engineering Management. Reza Amui. Nithala Arun. Suhas Bhatt. Shifani Teja Dharma. Majid Degnan. Sepide Gadam Fezfule. Himanshu Chowdhury. Nishant Tusharbai Hirani. Saide Zara Karakuri. Nandu Kumar Manjuri. Mohammed Baga Mazahirian. Mohammed Mehdi. Hamza Muzaffar. Mohammed Dazir. Zohaib bin Nazar. Amit Regmi. Milind Sawant. Dipendra Shahi. Guri Ambabhavani Shanbog. Anirudh Suresh. Arash Tabib Ghaffari. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Environment. Juliette Chioma Asogwa. Rajan Busal. Ashok Kumar Gizing. Pragya Kathal. Mohammed Fahad Makbul. Rao Mehmood. Adeola Oladele. Maliha Qureshi. Albina Shrestha. Saraswati Shrestha. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Sustainable Development. Manasi Vijay Babate. Ryoma Ikeda. Abraham John. Mick Labinskas. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a programme of study in which the defining characteristic is research. A Master of Research is a 2-year, full-time equivalent research training degree, consisting of research-based coursework, postgraduate research training, and a major research project. Graduates have focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation for a doctoral degree. I now present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research. Marsa Esfandiari for a thesis entitled Enhancing the Stability of Iron Selective Electrodes for Simulated Inner Ear Iron Monitoring. Will Losarinowicz for a thesis entitled Lab on a Bag, Engineering an In Vitro Diagnostic Device for Automated Blood Typing. Jimit Panchal for a thesis entitled Understanding the Transdermal Delivery of Cannabidiol Using Penetration Enhancers. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, the Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present the graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Arti for a thesis entitled Platinum-3 complexes for blue, deep blue hyperfluorescence emission, and gold-3 complexes for circularly polarized emission, synthesis and investigations. Dr. Waqas Afridi awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Postgraduate Research for a thesis entitled Real-Time Monitoring and Prediction of Evapotranspiration and Organic Carbon in Soil Using Internet of Things Sensors. Dr. Umi Tanya Ahmed for a thesis entitled The Nature and Evolution of Star-Forming Galaxies and Key Technologies for Future Astrophysics Research. Dr. Nontagon Apirutgamon for a thesis entitled Entomopathogenic Effects of Bacteria and Fungi on the Fall Armyworm, Spodoptera frugiperda. Dr. Christopher Birchall for a thesis entitled Multimodal Imaging of Upper Airway Anatomy, Airflow and Dry Powder Deposition in Inhaler Therapy. Dr. Bridget Campbell awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Postgraduate Research for a thesis entitled Manapan Mungkur, Joining Heads, Negotiating Yolngu and Western Biocultural Conservation in Northern Australia. Dr. Tay Huang Chow, awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Postgraduate Research for a thesis entitled Glycomics-Guided Glycoproteomics Offers New Insights into Human Glycobiology and Disease. Dr. Sahar Delami, for a thesis entitled Numerical Modelling of Crack Propagation in Road Composite Pavements. Dr. Ari Drogo, for a thesis entitled Optimization of Chromosomal Integration Techniques for Sustainable Hydrogen Gas Production Using Synthetic Gene Clusters in Escherichia coli. Dr. Casey Forster, for a thesis entitled Impacts of Agrochemicals and Bacterial Supplementation on Honeybee Health and Performance. Dr. Belinda Goddard, for a thesis entitled Movement Ecology of a Large Teleost Pelagic Predator, the Yellow-tailed Kingfish, Seriola lalandi. Dr. Tristan Gillimin, for a thesis entitled Development of the Marlin Fishery off the east coast of Australia. Dr. Trong Tui Ha, for a thesis entitled Chalcogenide Glass Waveguide Arrays for Mid-Infrared Mode-Locked Fibre Lasers. Dr. Jun Suk Han, for a thesis entitled On Estimation and Forecasting in Two-Factor Models. Dr. Hafiz Shahid Hussain, for a thesis entitled Biotic and Geochemical Response of Paleocene-Eocene Thermal Maximum in the Shallow Carbonates of Central Eastern Tethys. Dr. Carlos Ibanez del Rivero, for a thesis entitled Measuring and Evaluating Contamination in Homes Using Geochemical Analysis, Sources, Pathways and Health Risks. Dr. Jack Jones, for a thesis entitled Integrated Chronostratigraphy and Geochronology of Lower Cambrian Successions in the Stansbury Basin, South Australia. Dr. Jai Lake, for a thesis entitled How to be Social, Understanding the Mechanisms Underpinning Complex Sociality. Dr. Felix Meyer, for a thesis entitled Towards the Synthesis and Evolution of Minimal Industrially Relevant Yeast Genomes. Dr. Conferring Long No, for a thesis entitled Breast Cancer-Derived Small Extracellular Vesicles, from Biomarker Discovery to Bioassay Development. Dr. Mohammed Nizar, for a thesis entitled Absolute and Convective Instabilities of Developing Jets. Dr. Ian Osozkov, awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Postgraduate Research for a thesis entitled Exploring Novel Host Glass Materials to Enhance the Performance of Fibre Lasers in the Middle Infrared and Visible Spectral Bands. Dr. Giovanni Marcello Ramon Cabrera, for a thesis entitled Foraging Ecology, Navigation and the Visual Systems of the Strobant's Opisopsis. Dr. Shahrazad Rezvani Baboli, for a thesis entitled Photoluminescent Ruby and Diamond Nanoparticles for Bioimaging. Dr. Sayed Najmus Saqib, for a thesis entitled Rapid Microwave Processing for Perovskite Solar Cells. Dr. Daniel Sloan, for a thesis entitled Life on the Fringe, a collaborative eco-cultural investigation of the values and threats to coastal floodplain vegetation on Yolngu Country, North East Arnhem Land, Australia. Dr. Frigg Spielman awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Postgraduate Research for a thesis entitled Socially Monogamous Partnerships in Birds, Causes, Consequences and Pair Bond Strength. Dr. Mustafa Vadani for a thesis entitled Functional Polymer Nanocomposites for Wearable Sensors. Dr. Dui Zong for a thesis entitled The Role of Macrofauna in Shaping Microphytobenthic Communities. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, I call on Dr. Casey Forster, who graduated with a Doctor of Philosophy, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Dr. Foster.
Deputy Chancellor, members of the University, fellow graduates and guests. I'm honoured to have the chance to stand here and speak on behalf of the graduates on such a special day. When I was given this opportunity, I found myself looking back at my time here at Macquarie, and in doing so I realised that earning our degrees didn't just come from our classes, exams, research, and of course our well-developed caffeine codependency, but it also came from our perseverance and creativity to overcome all sorts of challenges, the support and influence of those around us, and those quiet moments of growth, as well as a few loud moments of panic. I realised that much of what I learned on this journey is not contained within the pages of my thesis. For instance, it doesn't show the resilience that we developed during moments when we questioned whether the work would ever come together. Nor does it capture how we learned that disagreement can be constructive and that asking for help is a strength. It doesn't show that progress is rarely linear but looks more just like a confused squiggle. And I think those lessons are the ones that shape us the most and are the ones that will carry with us the furthest. I also came to understand that although our degrees officially only list one name, none of us made this journey alone. We had the inspiration sparked by the conversations we had with brilliant minds around us, people who motivated us, challenged us, and occasionally just thoroughly confused us in ways that were still somehow helpful. We had the kindness of marvelous mentors who guided us and believed in us even when our own belief faltered. We had the support of our peers, now dear friends, whose help often took the form of conversations that started academic but would reliably transform into group therapy, existential crisis management, or just joyful chaos. And of course, we had the encouragement of our friends and family who kept us grounded, mostly by reminding us to occasionally sleep, eat, or engage with sunlight. To all those dear to us, we celebrate today because you stood with us, so thank you. To my fellow graduates, we made it through deadlines and doubts and setbacks and surprises, and here we are, not because everything went perfectly or even remotely according to plan at times, but because we found strength in those around us, and because we would stubbornly refuse to accept defeat even when defeat looked very reasonable. So as we take our next steps forward into whatever comes next, new jobs, new adventures, or simply a long and well-deserved nap, we do so equipped with the knowledge that we've gained, the curiosity that we've nourished, and the resilience that we've built. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Casey, for those wonderful words. I would just like to pull out something that Casey said. I think it's really important for all of us to remember. We always learn so much more from the journey, not the destination. Congratulations to you all again.
Manca le parole, sì lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole, se non ci sei tu con me, su le finestre mostra tutti il mio cuore che hai acceso, chiudi dentro me la luce che hai incontrato per strada. Time to say goodbye. Paesi che niala mai, nuove se lo mio. Adesso si rivive con te.
Thank you, Angela. That was wonderful. What's really nice is to watch people's reactions to Angela when she sings. I mean, that was enchanting. Yesterday, there was a small boy in the front row in the audience who was completely captivated. And watching your daughter, when Angela first came out, we have a little girl in the front here, is also wonderful. So thank you again. That's Angela Brewer. She is the founder and artistic director of Coast Opera Australia. And if we could thank her again, please. Those of you who paid a great deal of attention will notice that we've had two other instruments played extremely well today. And I'd like to pay thanks to them. First, Heather Moen Boyd, who has played the organ for us every time. Heather. And Dr. Chai Chan Ning, who plays the Chinese traverse flute so wonderfully. In celebrations like this, we always have members of the alumni community helping us out. They're folks who dedicate their time to Macquarie graduations, and I would just like to acknowledge what they do for our graduations and to thank them as well. You might not have realised it, but this ceremony is being live streamed to those who are unable to join us. And it takes an extraordinary team to make sure the live stream goes well. They're hidden from you. They are up there and at the back. And I'd just like to acknowledge the work that they do. You will have been helped in by folks from our graduations team that Melroy, Rhee and others lead. And they are around the outside of the theatre as we stand now and outside waiting for you. So please just acknowledge them as well. So, graduates, you've now crossed that proverbial platform and your relationship from the university has evolved from student to graduate and now alumnus. It is, however, far from the end of your association with us. You may choose to continue your studies or plough furrows anew. You are now, nonetheless, forever part of the Macquarie University community. As you heard me say earlier, and I always find this number quite extraordinary, you're part of an alumni network of 234,000 graduates, spanning more than 150 countries across our planet. Our alumni team will keep you informed about the university's own journey, as well as those of your fellow students. We look forward to seeing you back on campus, to attend alumni events, to undertake further study, or simply visit our beautiful campus and reminisce about your time here as a Macquarie student. I would say when the alumni team reach out to you, please do connect with them. We all get a great deal of joy out of hearing about your journeys once you leave Macquarie. It really is satisfying. You have the most extraordinary lives ahead of you. Share it. It'll help shape the imagination of future generations. The award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. I urge you to commit to lifelong learning and inquiry. It is important across your lifetime to always be open to new knowledge and the possibility for greater understanding. I would counsel, however, that you hold strong opinions lightly and that you continually reflect on what you know and how you have arrived at that knowledge. I urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. You came here so that we might help you realize your dreams. Without ambitious goals, you won't achieve what you set out to do. We know you have endless possibility in front of you. I urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you so far. You, your friends and families, and the world as a whole will be thankful beneficiaries. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves on developing every student into engaged community citizens and leaders. I urge you always to give thought to what you can do for others along the way. You do not always have to do very much to make a real difference. Often, a simple gesture or kind word can have a profound impact. I challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those who you meet on life's journey. It is my hope that as graduates of Macquarie University, you will use what you have learnt here not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of our community. And in all that you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. It is my hope that you will always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom are here today. To acknowledge their contribution, I'd like to ask you to do a few things. Could all graduates please stand? Please put your testamers on your seats behind you, but please remember that they're there. I'd like you to turn to your friends and family, please. And I would like you to join me in a hearty round of applause for them. Please turn around and face the front, but please don't sit down yet. I'd also like you to join me in congratulating my extraordinary colleagues who are on the stage here with me. Graduates, please do pick up your testamers, but please stay standing. Very soon, I will lead the official party out of the graduation hall, followed by the graduates. As we do, our organist will play the traditional recessional music of graduation that has been played at ceremonies like these for many centuries. Now might I ask everybody to stand. Shortly I'll lead the official party out, followed by the graduates, and I invite you to join us for refreshments outside of the graduation hall. Again, to graduates of Macquarie University, you're awesome. We're so proud of you. Congratulations.